Hey fellow YouTubers, this is Green River Girl 7 coming to you at, guess where? Green River. Beautiful Green River. I think the most beautiful place in the world, but that's my opinion. I'm just kind of partial to it. I just got a few things that I want to share with everyone, and I know I'm going to have to make it pretty quick because I know YouTube doesn't like long videos, and my camera will only record like 27 minutes at a time for some reason. I haven't read the instructions or anything. So I better get this started on my timer to make sure it help me not go over. Alright, I'm going to try to go through these as fast as I can, but just bear with me. First, most important thing that I want to share with everyone, and first thing on my list that's, I think, the most important thing. Let me explain just a little bit. I watched a YouTube video the other day that was a compilation of dreams and visions about the end times and the rapture by several different people. That was a really good video. Everyone should watch it. It's called Visions and Dreams, Obama, Rapture, Martial Law, New York Getting Nuked, by a Spiritual Soldier. And after watching that video, it inspired me. I hadn't really watched very many of those kinds of videos before, and I've had dreams and visions of my own for a long time, and it got me to thinking, and I think, the Lord put it on my heart to share my own, the things that He's shared with me, to share with you all. So, the first one. On December 26, 2014, at 11 a.m., I was going to Lebanon, Kentucky, to the Walmart to go shopping. And going down Lebanon Road, to the right of me, up in the sky, it was a beautiful day that day, blue sky, beautiful fluffy white clouds and everything, and on the right side there was an image, and I want to say, this is not one of those things where you look at the cloud and you say, oh, that kind of looks like a whale, or that kind of looks like a snail or something, It's not like that at all. This was perfect. It was picture perfect. It's like when you looked at it, there could not be any discrepancy of what it is that you're looking at, what you see. So I looked up in the sky, and it was the image of an angel and one of those big long trumpets, and it had the trumpet in its mouth. It was blowing the trumpet. It was an angel with one of those heavenly trumpets. And I was like, that's interesting. And it took a while for it to sink in, So I went on my way and went to Walmart and did my shopping. And so then on the way back, and I think this part is important too, is that what I saw was on the opposite side of the road, on the other side of the road. There was another image, and it was the image of the infinity symbol, and 8 on its side. The eternity, meaning eternity symbol. And so I was shown two different signs, one on the way there, one on the way back, the angel and the trumpet and the eternity symbol. And I know what it means to me, and other people might have different interpretations of what this is and what it means, but for me, and what it means to me, is that the Lord was showing me that that the rapture is getting ready to happen very, very soon. And I'm 100% for sure that He meant that to be for me also. I hope so, but definitely I think that the Lord was showing me that the rapture is going to be happening very, very soon. Oh, and is this not a gorgeous sunset or what? I know it's a little bright in the camera and everything at first and hard to see, but I just had to share this beautiful, gorgeous sunsets we have down here at the beach with everybody. Okay, we also have a little company, just a little bit, so it's okay. Alright, so I hope y'all can see me okay from where I am. Okay, let's see, let's check those off, and that one, and then years ago, when I was about 12, we lived in Maryville, Kentucky, which is now Hillview. And way back then, see, I've been studying in the book of Revelation in the Bible and all of that stuff probably since I was about 9 years old. It was the reason for that, but I won't get into that. But when I was about 12, I had a dream where I got up out of bed. In my dream, I got up. It was weird. I got up out of the bed in my dream, and went to the front door and opened the front door, and there was the sky was this really kind of a darkish red, ominous color, and it was all over the whole sky, and it wasn't like a sunset kind of red. You know what I mean? It wasn't like that. It was very scary kind of a color. And so that was the first one that I've ever had, and I'll never forget that one. It made a big impression on me. So then many years later, I had another dream that I was at my Aunt Beanie's house over in Elkhorn. She has a farm. And I was standing in the dream. I was standing in her yard, out in very kind of close between the road and her house. I was standing out in the front yard, and there were great big giant fireballs. Balls of fire was falling from the sky and started falling all around me, and I was just standing there. And I don't know why. She has a storm shelter for like tornadoes and things that everybody gets into. I had the feeling that my family had been in the shelter, but I wasn't. I was standing out there kind of like oh, what is his name? I can't think of his name right now. But in the movie 2012, you know what I'm talking about, where he was in Yellowstone. Well, that's what I was doing, which is kind of crazy, but I was standing there and all these big fireballs were falling all around me, and I'm taking too long. I've got to hurry. Okay. So then, in 2011, my father had an aneurysm in his stomach that busted, and they had to fly him in a helicopter to the hospital. And while he was in the hospital, while he was sick in the hospital, it was really hard for him to, they did surgery on him, and it was really hard for him to recuperate from that. We almost lost him. Thank God we didn't. While he was in there, they kind of had him pretty doped up. So, you know, I don't know if it was a vision or if it was a dream, but he was describing out loud. Oh my goodness, we got more company. Oh, how cute. We got little duckies over here. I don't know if y'all going to be able to see them or not. But here they're coming right at me. Oh, they're so cute. You'll probably get to see them. You should be able to see them now. And there they go. And the mama duck too. 3 other little ones. And then sweet. Oh, how cute. Okay, anyway. I ain't got nothing to feed you guys. I'm sorry. I wish I did. I don't have anything. We may have to make 2 parts of this video. Oh, they're so cute. Alright, I'm sorry. I got distracted. I wasn't expecting that. Anyway, oh, Dad was in the hospital. And, he was in and out of it. And he was describing where he said that white beams of light was going to come down and hit people on their foreheads and that they would be taken. This is not like my father. Okay, nothing like this would have, it's not like my father. So, but he did. He prophesied, and the Bible says in Acts 2, you know, that your daughters, that your old men will dream dreams, and your daughters and your sons will have visions and prophesy. So, he did. He prophesied about the rapture, and it just floored me and my sister that was there in the room with him. Not expecting that at all, but he said, and I want to make this point. When he said white light is going to come down, white beams of light is going to come down and hit people on the forehead, and they would be taken. And he said, it's going to happen. He said, it's going to happen. So, but he didn't remember any of it, that he had said that or anything. Pretty wild. It was pretty wild. Okay, there was Daddy's vision. Now, just a couple more, and then I'll share just a few other little things with you, and well, and a few big things, but you'll see what I mean. Just a couple more. So, about, let's say about a couple years ago, I had a vision. It was not a dream. I've only had 2 visions in my whole life. And the first one that I ever had, it came to pass. It happened. Actually happened. And so the second one, the one I want to tell you about, the vision that I had, the Lord showed me that I was on a fast-moving train. And all I could see, I was looking out the window, and I could see the train. It was like a big silver train, and it was moving around this big curve. And I looked down at the ground, and I could see the rails were really shiny, silvery like. And the rocks around them were kind of a lightish kind of color. And so I don't believe it was a good train. I believe it was FEMA train. Here comes the ducks again. So anyway, hi there, little duckies. Alright, only got about 10 minutes left. So then, the other dream I wanted to share was because there was several other people in the video that I watched that mentioned having a dream where they were in school and the principal was the Antichrist. I had one of those too. I had a dream like that too. And when I heard theirs, I was like, wow, I need to share mine too. This happened, I guess maybe about a year or two ago. I'm thinking around the same time, close to around the same time when I had the vision of the being on the FEMA train. But so I was in school. I was in this classroom with just a handful of other people, and they all got up and just left. So I was left there alone, all by myself. And so I got up and walked out the classroom door and went down the hall towards the front of the school, which I think was like either a middle, I think it was more like a middle school type thing. But anyway, I was going towards the front, towards the lobby, and out, there was lots of people walking around, going to and fro. And in the middle of the lobby, standing in front of the doors, in the middle, was the principal. And I knew who he was. I knew he was Antichrist. And I was like, oh Lord, what am I going to do? And so I just kind of kept walking and trying to be inconspicuous as possible, and just kept walking and kind of walked around him, you know, hoping that he wouldn't see me, and he didn't look at me. So I managed to get around him unnoticed without him spotting me. And so once I got around him, I ran out the doors, and when I got out the doors, excuse me, when I got out the doors, in the parking lot, somewhere in the middle of the parking lot, there was this beautiful, big, long stream of water, and a whole bunch of people were going across and trying to get across the stream to the other side to get on the other side of the parking lot. And so I found a friend. And this is weird because in first grade I had another little friend where we were lost and couldn't find our bus. It was so weird. And we were so scared because we were, 5 or 6 years old. We didn't know what we were doing. And back then I had a little friend. Me and her stuck it out together until we got some help. And so I had a little friend then. But anyway, in my dream I found this girl, and she became my friend, and we decided we were going to figure out a way to get across the stream together. And so we went downstream a little ways looking for a good place to cross. And so we found one, and I started to go across the stream, and the water was so beautiful. It was like shining and glistening and clear. It was just so pretty. Anyway, as I was going across the stream, my foot touched and went down in the water as I was going across. And when that happened, it like I felt like I had been cleansed, transformed, made anew, forgiven, all of that more. So I got across the stream and to the other side of the parking lot. I found my old car I used to drive, a 76 Grand Torino Brom. It was my first car. And I found my car in the parking lot, went over to it and looked inside, and there were these beautiful white, just like, there was these white clothes for me to put on, and they were like glowing. They were so white, just stark, beautiful white. And that was the end of that. Okay, I had a tough time making it through that one, but anyway, bear with me. We're getting there. Almost there. We got, what, 6 minutes left. Okay. Now, a few things I just want to add. Please watch Pastor Paul Bagley. Will keep you up with all the end time signs and how they relate to the Bible and how it relates to the world now, everything that's going on. And you know, you're not going to get it out of the news on TV or that sort of thing. And he does a really good job of researching it all and keeping up with it and passing all this good information on to us so that we can be prepared and be ready. So Pastor Paul Bagley, watch him. And also Anita Fuentes, evangelist Anita Fuentes. She does the same thing, and she's really, really good, and a lot of times they work together. Her last name's spelled Fuentes. 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 Anita Fuentes. Watch her. Also, watch. This, I'm about to tell you, has got to be probably the most important thing that you'll ever watch. Because Renee M., if she's not on the money, then people, let me tell you, she's close. And close enough to win, you know, if she's not right, it doesn't happen this year, the rapture, then I definitely believe, well, there's a sign in the book of Revelation about the woman with the 12 stars on her head, crowned with 12 stars on her head, clothed with the sun and the moon at her feet, and the date, it's a date, it's the Virgo constellation, but it gives a date for that, the conjunction of all the planets and stars in order to form that. And the date of that is September 22nd, 2017. Okay? So, my firm belief is that either Renee is right, and it's going to happen this year. If for some reason it doesn't, and she's off by maybe just a little, I don't think she is, but it's possible. If she is, definitely believe that it's going to happen by the sign, this great sign of this woman in the book of Revelation. So Renee M, RENEE space M, the Rapture puzzle, and it's really, really long. I think she's got some shorter videos that might be descriptive of the message she's trying to give, but try to watch the long version. I think it's like 3 hours, but she goes really in depth, and what she has come up with is, I've been studying this stuff, like I said, for years. It's the most amazing thing that I've ever heard or seen when it comes to the rapture. Is the sun going down on me? Honest? Oh, let me look real quick. Yeah, it's almost gone. Pretty, isn't it? Alright, I hope my camera's running because I tried to do this yesterday. Actually, the beach is closed. There's not supposed to be anybody down here because they said they tested the water and there's supposed to be blue-green algae in it. And E. coli. They said E. coli too, so there's a sign up there on the gate. They got the gate closed. And they said that, you know, the beach is supposed to be closed. There's not supposed to be anybody swimming in the water because of stuff. But anyway, so when I tried to do this yesterday, I didn't even think about just walking down here to the beach. You know, I went down to the ramp on the other side and tried to do this down at the boat ramp. Had it all set up and run the whole thing. I guess I talked for probably almost an hour. When I got done, I went to check my video, and it didn't even record. It recorded 1 second. And that was it. After all that, I'd been through all of this. So, I'm going through it again. Uh-oh, only got 1 minute left. Shoot, I only have 1 minute. Guys, I think I'm gonna have to, because I've got more to say. I'm not done. Please, if you watch this part 1, then please watch part 2, because what else I have to share is also very, very important. So I'm gonna have to stop this one for now. Let's just call that cut. Cut. And I'll start her back up again for part 2, and it should be a whole lot shorter. Oh, than this one. Let me get my flipper floppers on. Oh, so nice down here. Beautiful, beautiful.
Now you made me fall down.
25 seconds.